Electric field due to infinitely long charged plane sheet. So I'll take a plane sheet which is very long and it is charged uniformly everywhere. So it is charged positively. Say everywhere it is charged. I don't waste time in showing positive charges everywhere. It is charged. Okay. What is the electric field at a distance r, say at a certain distance from here? And how a test charge placed here will be repelled from all the charges from all the directions. In order to find it out, of course, you have to take the help of the Gauss law. Now you have to enclose it inside a Gaussian surface. Which is the suitable Gaussian surface? Is it a sphere? Is it a cylinder? And all. So this is a charged sheet, right? So a very long charged sheet. Now, as if I have considered a small length of a wire while finding the electric field due to a charged wire, infinitely long wire, I have taken only a small part of the wire, length L of the wire. Finally, it didn't come in the formula at all. Now, in the same way, I will take only a part of this sheet. So let us take a small area of the sheet, this area. That is enough for me. How is the charge distributed over this area? Let me see that. Let Q be the charge distributed over this area A. Then Q by A, that is sigma. Sigma is charge distributed per unit area, Q by A. Now, in order to enclose this charge distributed over an area A, I will assume a Gaussian surface like a cuboid or pillbox like this. So I will imagine a box like this. So like this, so that it covers this area which contains charges. So in this side also, because charges are distributed on the other side also. So like this, and at the same distance I have to consider. Okay. So like this. I will cover it with a cubical box. Not cuboid, sorry. It is a box, a rectangular box which covers this area A. Suppose the area of this is A. If the area of this surface where Q amount of charges are distributed is A, then this side also should be A. Here also should be A. And how should be the electric field lines to this face? It should be like this. Electric field line should be like this. Here also the electric field line should be like this. In this direction, they should be normal to the surface area here. Due to this charge. Sir, do you get the correct expression? When you consider only area A of this charge infinite sheet, it is very long and it contains large amount of charge. Yes, we get the same answer, and all this area and charge we won't come into the formula at all. So now, how to continue this? And again, you need not consider a rectangular box like this. You can consider a cylinder also. How, sir? It is like this. If you take the infinitely long sheet of very large area and charges distributed everywhere like this, you consider only a circular area around it, because any area will do. Area won't come into picture in the final formula at all. So now imagine a cylinder like this here, passing through this charged sheet and coming out here. This will also do. Similar to this box, and the charges are distributed over an area A. If Q is the charge distributed over an area A, sigma is Q by A. Electric field is like this. This area is also A. This area is also A. Electric field is like this. Now, electric field lines will be moving normal to this area and this area. What about this curved part of the cylinder? No electric field lines are passing like this, because all the electric field lines are like this. They are passing through the outer and inner, these two circular faces at the corners. They do not pass through the curved part of the cylinder. For example, if you consider it here, no electric field, all the electric field lines are coming out of this surface like this. No electric field is found here like this. No electric field like this. No electric field like this. No electric field from the other surface. Only these end faces only. Electric field lines are crossing to the end faces. How do they cross? And normal to the surface and electric field lines are in the same direction. Normal to the surface and electric field lines are in the same direction here also. So theta is 0 and cos 0 is 1. cos 0 is 1. Whereas for these surfaces, normal to the surface is like this. I am considering this surface. Normal to the surface is like this. Electric field lines are like this. Theta is 90 and cos 90 is 0. No flux through the cylindrical curved surface of the cylinder. No flux through these surfaces of the box. Only flux through the end faces of the box. Now we will apply one by one. So we know that flux through a small surface is E delta S cos theta. Now how to apply this for different surfaces? No flux through this and there are flux through this, but there are two areas, A plus A, 2A. Here also A plus A, 2A. In the examination you follow any one diagram, right? Any one is enough. This is also okay, this is also okay, but picture of this is given in the NCERT book, not this one. But this cannot be used. At one stage they have mentioned a cylindrical Gaussian surface will also do. That's what they have said. So that is possible, that is true. So you can use this one also. This diagram becomes easier instead of drawing this one. So flux through the whole surface of this cylinder or whole Gaussian surface like a rectangular box here is, you need not consider flux through this curved surface. Only end faces are enough. There are two end faces. So flux through the entire Gaussian surface is E. Area is 2A because delta S, this delta S, cos 0. For this one it is cos 0. Normal to the surface, electric field are in the same direction. Now what is this flux? Flux is equal to E into 2A, that is equation 1. Now what does Gauss theorem say? Gauss law say. Gauss law says that flux through the entire Gaussian surface is 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed. Now how can we write the charge? Now if Q amount of charge, Q amount of charge is distributed over an area A, then this is called surface density. What is Q is equal to sigma A? Put it over here. So let me take it as capital Q. Then what is the flux through the entire Gaussian surface? Q sigma A divided by epsilon naught. This is equation 2. Compare the two equations. Left hand side is same, so right hand side should be same. So what do you write here? Comparing 1 and 2. E into 2A must be equal to here and here sigma A by epsilon naught. So what is E? That implies E is equal to, A gets cancelled. You see, last time L got cancelled. Now A gets cancelled. Whatever the area you take, no problem, because distribution is uniform everywhere. So whatever the area you consider here, the distribution is uniform here. So if you have considered larger area, of course you would have got larger area here. But final formula doesn't contain area at all. So what is E? E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. This is the formula. And suppose you want to write it in the vector form, electric field E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon into n cap, you can write, where n cap is a unit vector in the direction of electric field. It is normal to the surface actually. N cap is a unit vector which is normal to the surface of the sheet like this. So this is the final formula. Thank you.